Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. Marcus C. Williams here, and welcome to Marcus Made in America. Oh, pulling the mic in. Pull the mic in. You know, I don't know if you guys have been tuning in from the beginning, but we did jump the shark. I definitely tried to start the show a little bit early, but hey. So we're here today. We're going to talk about quite a few different things, some stuff that's going on in the news, and just some general things that are going on in society today. I really want to push out some faith to people and encourage them to keep the faith, not just in themselves, but in other people. Right now, we're experiencing a very serious period of time in our nation. We see that they're bringing segregation back and making it like it's okay. We see them limiting freedom of motion as if it was okay. We see them ripping and tearing our Constitution to shreds as if it was okay. We see our fellow neighbors and countrymen standing idly by and just like, oh, it's okay, even though our house is on fire. It's not okay. Nothing is okay. And anyone that tells you that it's okay is misleading you. But what it can be is better. But the only way for it to be better is if you have faith and you believe in yourself. Okay. You believe that you can make a difference, even if it's just a small, minute difference, because you're important. You're a citizen of one of the greatest nations in the world. And if you're not a citizen, I appreciate you listening and cherishing our dream of America. But being a citizen is important. You have a duty to your nation. And I know a lot of people don't say the Pledge of Allegiance anymore, but I take that seriously. You know, when I was in school coming up, when I was little, we used to actually still say the Pledge of Allegiance in school. And it's pretty much gone now. I don't see it anywhere. It's hard to see the national anthem at a lot of sporting events now. And it's very disappointing the way that we're going with our lack of patriotism. Some people are encouraging us to bring back manufacturing to the United States so that we don't have so many supply chain issues. And they're being demonized, calling them, well, what do you call them? Xenophobic and, what's the word that I'm looking for? It's, Austin, what's the word?
Racist.
Well, you guys, as you know, in America right now, everything is racist if the powers that be don't like what you're saying. Which
Did I get it right?
You did not. You
Ah,
did not
damn.
get it right at all. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. But good try though. Man, Austin, I think that so this is Austin over here. If this is your first guy, it's time. If this is you guys' first time on the show, Austin here, he's one of the producers. He is the best producer this side of the table. I'm telling you right now. Maybe even this side of the city. Oh,
I'll take that title.
Take that title.
Yeah, I'll own it.
Not too much pressure there. A little bit. It comes with some glory. Not a lot of pressure. I think that's the best part.
How many producers could there be in Arundiquoit?
Exactly. I'm the best DJ in the middle of Death Valley. So, but on a serious note, people, what's going on in our country is not okay. And I encourage you all to speak up and stand up as we see our Constitution being torn apart. Right now, if you speak up for your freedoms online, it's very likely that you'll be censored or shut down. We saw what happened with Nicki Minaj, and all she was saying is that, well, a friend of hers had testicular swelling after he got the shot, and she was like, oh no, I can't be mad at that. Excuse my language. I'm unable to be mad at that. People don't talk about the side effects of these cocktails that they're forcing on people enough. I think we're up to almost 80,000 ill side effects that have been reported. And they're saying, Project Veritas, as a matter of fact, just released some good videos on how people aren't even reporting the actual issues that are going on from side effects of these cocktails that they're putting and forcing people to take. It's very disappointing. I live in New York State. You know, the Empire State, Excelsior. That's our motto. It means always upward. Okay, so I don't know where we're going, but it seems like we're going down. Is there a alternative? Would it be like Unexcelsior or Retro Excelsior? I'm not sure, but whatever we're doing, this is messed up, you guys. It's really messed up. Our governor Kathy Hochul. I don't know how you say her name properly.
I think it's
don't
Hochul.
So.
Hochul.
Okay. So she got on the TV the other day at a church and said that God wants you to get vaccinated. Okay, people. I don't know. I don't know who the heck she thinks that she is. But if you listen to that speech, you would have heard it. It was extremely concerning. I mean, it was Joe Biden level speech concerning. If you don't follow Joe Biden's speeches over the last couple of weeks, he said some really just outrageous, un-American, unconstitutional stuff that he was pushing. But this one was really, really a serious thing too. She said, God wants you to take it. Now, I don't know how in touch she is with God, because it doesn't seem like she's too kind to her neighbors, or she cares about people's beliefs and what's important to them or anything like that. So, I mean, I doubt it. I mean, I don't know what her religious background is, but for her to come out and say that, it's very clear that she is neither a spiritual or a religious person that believes in a monotheistic deity at all. And it's problematic to me, because I said, well, at this rate, we really need everybody to stand up, you know? We need the Christians to stand up. We need the Jews to stand up. We need the Muslims to stand up. The Hindus, the Shiites, and legitimately everybody else. Hell, even the Buddhists. You remember, if you might not remember this, but back in the Vietnam era, the Buddhist people used to set themselves on fire in protest of the treatment of people in Vietnam. See if you can pull one of those pictures of them setting themselves on fire for a little bit. So I'm making him do some extra work in the background. Thank you, Austin. You're awesome. So anyway, so they would set themselves on fire in protest. Nobody's out here protesting anything hardly at all. Monday, again, I'm in Rochester, New York. Monday, we had a giant rally with thousands of people from all over for medical freedoms at the University of Rochester Strong Hospital on Elmwood Avenue. It's every Monday, 4 to 6. So if you get a chance to come out, definitely please come out to the medical freedom rallies. Monday, the governess, who was the one that, we've got the picture. Do we have a picture? We're getting it. All right. So Monday, Governor Hochul's,
there you go.
I'm just gonna call her Kathy. Oh, so you see this? This is one of the Buddhist people setting themselves on fire, ablaze, okay? Because they are protesting what's going on in Vietnam. This is insane. That's a serious level of commitment that I got a lot of commitment, you guys, but I don't know, man. Setting myself on fire? That's a lot of commitment. May they be very blessed.
You can only be that committed once.
Well, but yes, right? But that's the ultimate level of commitment, right?
Yeah.
There you
well,
go.
You just got to make sure that's the issue that you're that committed on.
Well, I always use the what do you call it? The saying, is that the hill that you want to die on?
Yeah. No, look, that.
So yeah, so
that was that guy's hill.
For me, that was his hill. Vietnam would not have been my hill to die on. I'm just not that interested in it. It's the same thing with this whole Afghanistan thing. Personally, let me tell you how I really feel about war. War should be just basically not done, performed, okay, or participated in for hardly any reason that we see all of these things going on today. I mean, don't get it twisted. Like, I have a illustrious military history in my family, and I love all of that. I love war history and war studies. Um, I shoot, I'd love to go visit a war college in DC, but DC's lost their rabbit ass mind. Um, but yeah, man, so I love war and history of war. And I'm telling you right now, we should not be partaking in it the way that we are. We see Afghanistan over there. Bless you. We see Afghanistan over there. How many people have we lost in Afghanistan? Was it enough? Was it too many? Any life is too many when we're not taking territory. We're not taking territory. We're not incorporating Afghanistan into our nation. Okay. We're not completely getting rid of the threats that are over there. Why were we there? For the oil? Maybe, probably. For the poppies, which you make opium out of, and opium's all types of drugs. So that too, yes. Could be for the cobalt and what else I have over there? Lithium and all of those other rare earth materials. Yeah, could be. Could it be? In Afghanistan over the last 20 years, we have hired more private contractors than we have ever in the history of ever. And look at how that turned out. We got a couple people out there. All right. Yep. How's it going, Eric? I see you out there. Woo! Yeah, so I don't know what we do from this point going forward, honestly. I'm a solution-based individual. And I see so many things going on right now. But what Kathy did on Monday, Governor Kathy. So if you hear me say Kathy, there's only one Kathy I'm talking about ever, and that's the governess that we have right now. Okay. Her executive order went into, well, is it an executive order or is it a mandate, or is it just her talking out of her mouth and saying, well, what is it? Austin, do you even know?
What Hochul did?
Yeah, what the hell is it even?
I thought that was called a rant.
Was it? She's just because like I'm like, was there even she didn't even pass a mandate or anything. She's just saying stuff and people are doing it, right?
Oh yeah, no, I think that
like
I don't think there's any power.
Like I'm really perplexed. Like she's just coming out and saying stuff.
Oh yeah, they're just words.
Like yes, like no mandates. They're not mandates. There's nothing written down anywhere for them. Like what is she doing? Like she's just getting out on the TV, she's saying this stuff, and everybody's just going for it. Like, I mean, everybody's going for what Biden says too, well, in another month or whatever, I might have the Department of Labor go and institute it where 100 company of 100 people or more has to force vaccines on the people in the company. Well, you know there's no legal basis for that at all. He's referencing an obscure law for the Labor Department from like 1970 that gives them temporary authority over those type of things. But here's the thing. It's supposed to be only temporary. So if you're talking about it's temporary, Biden, what the hell does that even mean? Because the last time you told us some stuff like that, it was 14 days. Wait, what was it? 14 days to flatten the curve, right? And then what was it?
Yeah.
2 weeks it was like a month or something. They had like all types of sayings, you guys. Like, come on. I know you remember the saying. At least everybody remembers 14 days to slow the spread. And then it was 21 days to flatten the curve. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Something like that. It's and that turned into how many months were we shut down? Oh my God. Like, are you serious? All of the businesses that were hurt and injured in this attack by our own government. Because that's what it was. It was an assault on our economy, predominantly put in place by New York State and California, the two most populous states in the nation outside of Texas. Isn't that right? New York's 1 and 2?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So if you don't know, I'm just asking Austin to co-opt stuff that I say. He has no clue what I'm talking about.
No, I 100% know what you're saying and can verify everything. Of course, obviously.
Speaking of verifying things, right? So what the hell, man? If we're verifying stuff on fact checks and stuff like that, how come the fact checkers are paid by companies like Pfizer and other biotech companies. Like it's crazy. Like I don't even understand. Or people that have holdings in these type of companies, they're working to fact check stuff on. Like it does not make any sense. Like this stuff is wrong, people, and we need to be standing up. I still am not able to believe that Hochul said that all the New York State healthcare professionals had to mandate I'm not gonna call it that because it's a damn lie. Excuse my language. Cocktails. Okay. And we're not talking about the ones that you have after 5 o'clock. So she said that. And actually, speaking of 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock, they started releasing people from their jobs that they've been working at. Many very diligently through this whole panoramic adventure that we're going through. Because if you look back to the beginning of it, you're like, God damn, how the hell did we get to where we are now? Because where we are now is one step away from concentration camps. Like, I know that people are like, oh, that'll never happen. Okay. They are segregating people from going shopping. They won't let you go in if you don't have your your ID card, your vaccine ID and stuff like that. And that's insane, you guys. Like, this isn't America. This is not what we're supposed to be about. We are not able to keep going on this way. And then Kathy said that what'd she say? How'd she say it? I want to make sure I say it as close as possible. Oh, we know it's gonna be a shortage of healthcare workers, but to remedy that, we're going to bring in the National Guard and we're going to make it so illegal aliens and non-New York studied foreigners can come and they can do the work here. I don't understand that, right? Like, I'm sure many of you guys don't understand that either. Because isn't there a terrible worker shortage right now? Okay, wait, let's think about this. Let's think about this. Really, let's think about this, because I think that this is why most people aren't activated and aren't motivated the way that they need to be sufficiently. What's going on? Did you guys see that soldier got raped at Fort Bliss? Was it Fort Bliss? Bliss, right? Bliss.
I this one I actually don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's Fort Bliss. I'm going to ask the old wise and sometimes accurate internet. So let's see. Is it Fort Bliss? I think it is. Yeah, Fort Bliss is in Texas, so that's what it is. Yep. Yeah, so Fort Bliss. So they're supposed to be housing like 50,000 migrants from Afghanistan, right? Most of who have not been vetted at all. No papers, no identification, none of that. And they sexually assaulted one of our service women. They sexually assaulted, they raped one of our service members in our nation, a host nation, that we didn't even have to let them in. And it's unfortunate, right? Because we really did have people over there who were helping us in threat of their life. But we don't know who the majority of these people are. And you're talking about you're going to have 50,000 people just at that one place, and we're looking to accept over almost 200,000 people. I think the official number they said was like 120, but it looks like it's going to be upwards of 200,000. I don't care. You're going to explain to me why the hell we needed 50,000 interpreters. Okay, because I know 50,000 of them weren't interpreters. Then you've got other camps and facilities to hold them too. Okay, so the question is what are you doing with these people? Why do we need them? Why are you not? They raped one of our service members. Why are they even here? At that point, I'm sending half of them back. Okay, most of them shouldn't be here to begin with. The country didn't have a good identification verification system to begin with. Like, it's dirt and rocks over there, people. Like, and that's not me taking a swipe at Afghanistan. The majority of the country is dirts and rocks. That's like saying that the majority of Nevada is the desert. It's pretty accurate. Would you say that the majority of New Mexico is a desert?
Yeah, probably.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
The majority of Afghanistan is rocks and dust, sand.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane. And we let them come over here and that happens. But wait, Kathy wants to put them in your jobs, that she just forced you out of. She wants to put the immigrants in, and not just the immigrants and refugees. She wants to put in illegal immigrants. Okay? Illegal immigrants. It's a bad situation when that's what our governor is talking about. Oh, and remember, don't forget, bringing in the National Guard to support that, because that's what we need. Military in our hospitals. If you're not concerned for our nation, you guys aren't awake. So I'm going to need you guys to wake up, stand up, let everybody know this isn't a time to sit down. Okay? It's not a time to freak out. It's a time to come together in unity to plan and stand against this. You need to be writing your local elected officials. You need to be writing your assembly members. You need to be writing your state officials. If you're in New York State, this should not stand at all. Okay, we must continue to move forward in a way that we will get progress. But if we don't stand up now, we will only continue to backslide. Right now, we're going back to like civil rights era. Before civil rights, they're trying to segregate and discriminate against people who are non-vaccinated. That's insane. Excuse me. Non-preferential to taking the cocktail. Because people, and I know somebody's going to get mad out there, they had to change the definition of what the cocktail is to call it a vaccine. Okay, we're going to check out some of this message board here. Let's see what we got going on. No one in New York is coming to work once they find out. Yeah. Oh, don't forget, Eric, also, this year in November, the minimum wage goes up to $15 an hour, Austin. Have we been played or what, bro?
Oh yeah. Wait, look, raise, right? Free money. Yeah.
It's really crazy. It's really crazy. They are trying to kill us Americans, and it's ridiculous. I am so passionate about my country moving forward in a positive direction. And this isn't it, you guys. Laying off healthcare workers that work through ridiculous conditions when there was a much higher casualty rate and a much more debilitating segmentation of the virus. They're getting rid of them, man. They were making them use, what do you call it? Not Nerdle. What is it? Latex gloves? The one-use latex gloves, right, Austin?
Yeah. What about them?
Yeah. So the one-use latex gloves and the one-use masks, they were reusing them. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember it at all? And now they're kicking them out. They're like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. You're not supposed to do that. Like, if everybody is so much more now vaccinated, but vaccinated individuals, and I say vaccinated lightly because we know it's not a vaccine, but we got to come up with a better word to call that, Austin. How do vaccinated individuals, how should they be identified now? We can't call them vaccinated. It's got to be something else.
Oh, I don't know.
Shot takers?
Shot takers?
Shot takers.
All right.
The shot takers. If you're one of the shot takers, it's up to you to stand up for our liberties, our freedoms, and our nation. Because right now they are stripping our country to pieces. They are going in there. They are changing rules, laws around so they can divide you from your family members, friends, and relatives. They are pitting you against brother, sister against sister, child against parent. This is the same thing that we've seen historically in dictatorships as they come to rise in authority. And everybody's pushing communism, which ultimately leads to totalitarianism. Even if it's socialist, because what are the famous socialists? They are, well, the Nazis, right? National Socialist Workers Party. So we have to pay attention to that. If we don't stand up now, it'll be too late. And I really encourage a vaccinated and what do we call them? Shot takers. Shot takers.
Some people in the audience have ideas.
Oh, they got ideas. Oh, the jabbed. Ooh. Interesting. That's a good one. We've got call them pricks. That's funny. Terrible. But yeah, so I think that all of those are good. The jabbed, I really like that one. I'm gonna call them shot takers, but I might take that, the jabbed, and we'll use that later in another episode. That's a good one. Austin, remember that one.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
It's good though, but it's sad though, right? Because most of the people who are shot takers are now seeing that the government isn't giving them back any freedoms. This is why you guys need to stand up. Look what they're doing to the children and the youth. And remember, the whole time that this stuff has been going on, they've been saying, well, you know, it doesn't affect children like that at all. I think it's been something like not even over 100 deaths in that category. It's something crazy. Something crazy. I don't remember off the top of my head, so I don't want to start talking numbers there. But they don't talk about health. They don't talk about wellness. And they want to make everybody scared and terrified. And I do believe that a lot of people who are vaccinated see what's going on. They see their rights and their liberties being stripped away. But it's up to you guys to really stand up.
Hey, could you just lift the mic up like an inch or two? You're dropping out a little bit.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. Better sound quality. There we go. So I'm gonna get all close and romantic to the microphone.
Perfect. Just shove it right in.
There we go.
Put that big black part right in your face.
I'd prefer not.
Okay.
Not to do that. Only if it's a woman. Not.
Well, I don't know if it is a woman if she's got that big black part.
Not only if it's a areola.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. There you go.
There we go. That's it. But yeah, you guys, I'm so concerned right now that not enough people are standing up. Vaccinated individuals aren't standing up enough for their freedoms and liberties that are being stripped away under the guise of a false security that they're trying to be given. And they know that it's wrong and that stuff's going wrong. And the people who are not vaccinated are the same type of situation. So they're like, it's wrong. We've got some serious issues. I was just looking at one of the comments laughing. Don't mind me. We've got some serious issues in this country, but I don't want you guys to give up hope. I don't want you guys to give up faith. And I want you guys to keep the faith in yourself and in your nation. Honestly, we have to have faith in America. We have to bring back patriotism. You know, like I said earlier, when I said the Pledge of Allegiance, I meant it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It seems as though a lot of people have forgotten the Pledge of Allegiance because they don't say it anymore. But I think the two core parts in there that need to be taken out is that our nation and our peoples are supposed to be indivisible. And yet they're segregating our people. It's in the Pledge of Allegiance. Come on, you guys. Jiminy crackers. I mean, let's be real, right? Let's be really, really real. And I think I'm being really short on the camera right here. Does this chair go up? It does not.
Sorry, I set the camera for me, and it's a little off.
It's an Austin size camera, and Austin is that much taller than me. Yeah. But anyway, you guys, patriotism, right? Like, shouldn't patriotism be taught in our schools? Shouldn't why America is great be taught in our schools, and how different people who are integral part of society have contributed, like Blacks, Hispanics, Japanese, Chinese, and other nationalities, and especially Native Americans who's never seem to be brought up in anything. You know, I was so happy last year when President Trump and Barr sent the FBI and stuff to go look into the missing Native American girls. That was a big thing. That was a big thing. Nobody thinks about the missing and lost children, and that's a problem. That's a problem, especially with the human trafficking that's going on right now. But we know America's not perfect, you guys, but it's up to us to make it better. And if we're letting them enforce all of this division in our society, we're going to fall apart. And that's what we're seeing now. People are pitted against their own family members. I was talking to a lady the other day. She was in tears that her daughter was calling her all types of crazy stuff because she was talking about freedoms and liberties. And I just think that that's just terribly sad. And I don't wonder where the patriotism is going. But let's be honest, it's not taught in schools. Man, you know, I think that it's about time that we really restored our country to a shining beacon of hope for freedom and liberty of the world. Right now, a lot of people are talking about they're pushing globalism and stuff like this. And I mean, let's be honest, right? Like the next step in progress of humanity really is a united earth, right? So I'm not really against that, but I am against you trying to make a whole bunch of people suffer. Okay, I'm definitely against that. I am against any group or consolidated notion of what the world and or a different union would look like that is not led by the United States of America. Now, call me a patriot or call me a little biased if you want to when it comes to that. I mean, hey, I'm just learning how our country works and runs. And you want to change the form of government and everything all of the sudden right away? No, I'm not able to have that. But if they taught patriotism in school, I mean, they probably will in the future, and they'll teach them that crazy things are patriotic. But I'm just, I want to do my best to encourage you guys out there, everybody within the sound of my voice. Encourage your neighbors, your friends to stand up, please. With Governor Kathy up here in New York, we have a serious issue. Now, we talked about her talking about God on that was that Sunday? No. Yeah, today's Tuesday. So that would have been Sunday. And her saying that God wants you to get the cocktail. And then she said on Monday, she said, well, no religious exemptions are a thing because the organized leaders of religion have said that that's not a thing. Austin. Austin, did you hear her say that? Did you hear her say that at all?
Oh yeah,
It's crazy.
it's nuts.
It's absolutely insane, you guys. And if you haven't heard it, like you need to like watch the whole video. If you guys follow me on Facebook on my personal page, it's on there. But I'm gonna play it right now. Hold on one second, you guys. Tell me if you can hear it, you guys. Just let me know. Hold on. My default position is to ask people, please do this. This is why it's been proven to be safe. The vaccine's been out there a long time now. There are not legitimate religious exemptions because the leaders of all the organized religions have said there's no legitimate reason, and we're going to win that in court in a matter of days. And so this is so unnecessary. And I just want to appeal to the individuals to know that your coworkers want you to do this. Don't make the burden heavier on them as well. My default position is to ask people. Thank you, Lauren. I see you out there. I appreciate that. But you guys heard it. You heard what she said. It's crazy. It's very, very crazy. Like she said this out of her mouth and got away with it. And got away with it. This woman who believes in, and I don't talk a lot about abortion and stuff, but this woman who believes in late term abortion, I just don't know that anybody's going to sell me on the merits of late term abortion unless there's like health complications. I just don't see that ever happening. Like a lot of people are very, very, very anti-abortion. I am pro contraception myself. I believe that if you're doing those type of behaviors and you're not ready to bring a child into this world, you should be using contraception. It's that simple to me. Um, but I don't know who the hell she's talking about because I haven't heard any Jewish leaders stand up and say that, any Hindu leaders stand up and say that, or anybody else. The only person who I've actually heard say anything about that is the Pope. Now, I'm a original Catholic. I was born into Catholicism. Okay, christened Catholic. Okay, so and I left the Catholic Church because I didn't like the way that they were going. But this new Pope, man, the other day somebody said, you should go back to Catholicism. Blah 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 blah, bro. As long as this dude is the Pope or the Pope is anything like him, not happening. And I know a lot of you guys out there are very religious and love the Pope. But this Pope is not Catholic. He does not have any Catholic values. And for me, when it comes to those type of situations, I see myself to be a little bit more forward thinking on a lot of those things. And he's going far and beyond, way too far. Jesus, this is the state of our nation right now. This is what our government is doing. And I'm very concerned that soon they won't let people into just general grocery stores or let them go on the expressway or anything like that. We have to stand up now, people. And if that's the one message I can impart on you guys today, just stand up, speak up, reach out to your elected officials, write them letters, write them emails, make phone calls, tell them that you don't want this, tell them that you won't stand. Your voice is important, but it's also important that you organize together with other individuals for similar causes and similar thought frames that are going to be peaceful, but are willing to protest, stand up, and take action against these type of activities, which are destroying our nation. It's up to us as American citizens, as dutiful citizens of the United States of America, to stand up and not let our country fall to the wayside while we are here, just watching it happen. That to me is wholly unacceptable and un-American. Now, the word un-American has been tossed around very frequently and has been used against true patriots who are concerned about their country and the direction that we are going. So these people who do not believe in the values of America or the Constitution are out here calling people un-American. How dare they? How dare they? Somebody called me un-American yesterday. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Ha! Me, un-American. Like, wow. Like, what warped, demented, form of space do you live in? Because clearly it's not this dimension. Jesus. I don't understand you guys. I just don't understand. I can't believe it that some of these people just don't know what America is about, are for destroying our Constitution, are for tearing up our neighborhoods, and they have the nerve to call other people un-American. I don't even know. Let's see. Let's hit these comments real quick. I liked the Pope when he was first elected, but not now. President Trump must have had something on him because he was very quiet after Trump met with him early in his presidency. Oh, Debbie, you're so welcome. I'm so glad that I was able to get that for you. So we've really got some serious issues right now, and I agree with Barbara. The Pope is a little bit of yeah, no, that's exactly what he is. But our governor currently is a whole lot of yeah, definitely not, or governess, as I like to call her. Can we possibly get who Kirsty Norm? What's her last name?
Sorry, who's this now?
Kirsty, the governor of South Dakota.
Oh, I don't know that off the top of my head. Hold on, give me a minute.
Is it South Dakota or is it North Dakota? Like she has this picture of her riding a horse in a parade with the American flag. Oh my God. What's her name? Kirsty.
I want to say Noem.
Noem.
Noem. Gnome.
Yeah, no.
Gnome.
Oh my God, she's fire. Can you marry somebody as governor? Because I'd like to marry her as our governor. You're like, that's not a thing, Marcus. You just made that up. Well, they've been making a lot of things up over the last 20 months. Right, Austin? I think that's the least of it. But yeah, no, man, we need a new governor. And so I identify as a conservative futurist. Okay. Meaning that I tend to think more traditionally, but I understand that a lot of the things that we have done historically are not going to get us to the new future that we're going towards and where we need to be as far as our country and nation and our ability to move forward into the future as a species. But I mean, we just completely have nobody in the Republican side that's willing to stand up against this lady in New York State. I mean, we've got, who do we have? We have was it Nick Langworthy? I think is a speaker or something. Can you find out what his job is? I forget. And then we've got, what's the guy running? Wow, Zeppelin, Lee Zeppelin. Now, I don't know really much about Lee, honestly. But here's the deal. I don't know much about him or who the hell he is, which makes me very concerned that I don't see him standing up for things that are important to conservatives and Republicans and even moderates. I don't see him standing up against vaccine passports. I don't see him standing up against these mandates. I don't see him standing up for not unmasking the children. I don't see him standing against critical race theory. I don't see him standing against comprehensive sexual education. I don't see him standing against culturally responsive education. I don't see him standing against the segregation that they're putting in place in New York City, even though he was down there. No, he wasn't down there. That was Nick Langworthy was down there, but he didn't say anything about the segregation or the vaccine passports or anything while they was down there either. And I know, I'm a member of the Republican committee and stuff like that, but dude, these guys aren't saying anything. Okay. And like, I love you all. Like, I really do care about all of you. So I'm not able to sit idly by when our elected officials who are supposed to represent us, especially in the same party, refuse to stand up for our morals and values, especially our liberties and freedoms. And we're supposed to be the party of constitutionality. Small, limited government. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, nobody will talk up and speak up in the Republican Party. Like, and while I'm out here talking about people, let me talk about the Conservative Party. Listen, you guys, nobody is going to say that everybody solely falls into one thing. What are they calling things today? Silos. They mean talking about compartments when it comes to different types of political philosophies. Nobody is 100% conservative or 100% liberal. Some people are 100% domestic terrorists. Them motherfuckers is crazy. Excuse my language. Especially if you're advocating for destroying the property and valuables of other people in the city who have nothing to do with your stated grievances. But nobody is really all 100 completely a Republican or 100 completely a Democrat. But what we're all supposed to be able to unite around is our nation and our patriotism. And right now, the Democrats seem to have completely lost it. And a lot of Republicans seem to have no fucking balls to stand up for it. Jiminy crackers, you guys. Jiminy crackers. It's disappointing. It's disappointing.
By the way, Nick Langworthy is the New York State Republican Committee Chairman.
Republican Committee Chairman. Oh, yeah. I'm not trying to turn these people off, but I'm trying to get them to speak up for us, you guys. Hey, Mike the Man, I see you there. Wait, what are you doing? Why are you in the hospital? Stop injuring yourself. I hope you get better soon. Speedy recovery, my brother. But yeah, man, they're not speaking up, you guys. You guys. Come on. Americans. Like, right? Like, are we Americans or are we Americans? Like, everybody's got so many issues right now. Oh, I'm not able to do this. I'm not able to do that. Republicans don't want to speak up because they're too scared that they'll lose their light grasp on power. Do you know? Let me bust this out. Hold on, you guys. I got something for you. Voila. All right. This is a sample ballot. Okay. For Monroe County, for my specific area. I don't think we're focused and zoomed in on here at all. But yeah. How's this working out? Yep. Check me out. I'm right in here. Isn't this awesome? Look at me. Marcus C. Williams. You can't see it because the camera doesn't focus, but I'm there. So if you could see it, you would see it, but you're not able to see it. I'll put a picture up on my website later. And maybe Austin can share it in the can you share it later in the whatever?
Yeah, just to remind me.
I will. Okay. This right here. So this right here is the back of the ballot. This is the front. And this is just a sample ballot on a regular size. The other ones are like legal size. So on the back, we've got these, what do you call them? Propositions, okay? You see these right here? These propositions that nobody's going to be looking for on the back of the ballot because they're only thinking about pushing for people. So I'm going to read these to you. Okay, I need you guys to hear this. This is New York State. This is going to be, so if you live in New York State, even if you don't live in Monroe County or in Rochester, New York, check this out because this is insane, you guys. I'm only going to read you the synopsises on the back, but if you want this right here, I don't know if you can see it because of the way the camera works, but it's the State of New York, State of Board of Elections. So this is August 2nd. This has all of the information in here on the proposals. I want you to see that this, right? You see that? That's a little bit thick, right? That's a little bit thick there, right, guys? But this is what it has been truncated to. I'm going to read to you what it says. Proposal 1, an amendment. Amending the appropriatement and redistricting process. The proposed constitutional amendment would freeze the number of state senators at 63. Amend the process for counting of the state's population. Why do you need to amend the counting for the state's population? Can you just not count people? People don't count. Like, is that complicated? Is that a complicated concept to go 1, 2, 3, you know, like numbers do? I don't understand that. It doesn't make sense to me, but hey, let me keep reading here for you guys. Amend the process of counting the state's population, delete certain provisions that violate the United States Constitution. Wait, are you saying that there are issues with our state constitution that violate the United States Constitution? Interesting. Repeal and amend certain requirements for the appointment of the co-executive directors of redistricting commission and amend the manner of drawing district lines for congressional and state legislative offices. Shall the proposed amendment be approved? Yes or no? Okay. Now, I don't know how many of you heard all of that legal garbledy mumbo jumbo that they all condensed into absolutely nothing. Remember how thick this freaking book is. Okay. Basically, that's gerrymandering. They're like, hey, man, do you want us to gerrymander New York State and make it so only the people that are in power stay in power? Of course, everybody wants that, right? Only the people in power want that, not us. Anyway, so we're going to vote no on Proposition 1. Let's see. What's Proposition 2? The right to clean air, clean water, and a healthful, bro, listen to this. A healthful environment. What the hell does that even mean? That's not a thing. They just made that up, right?
It's chock full of health.
What does this even mean, yo? Oh man. Okay. The proposed amendment to Article 1 of the New York Constitution would establish the right of each person to clean air and water and healthful environment. Shall the amendment be proposed? Now, I haven't read this thick old behind book, so I don't know what this actually is, but I am very pro the environment. So unless I read in this thing here something crazy, because you know they like to hide these things in the names, like they called it, what was it, the what was it, the Free the People Act, the We the People Act, the what the hell were they calling
Freedom
the
of Information Act?
No, that shoot, that's something completely different.
Oh,
but
okay.
I'm talking about forget it, never mind.
Patriot Act.
No. That's another episode. That is another episode. So, like, you know how they hide stuff in documents? They try to tell you that it's one thing and it's not. Like the Voters Act. What was it? What were they calling that? The Vote Something Act. I don't know. They were trying to call it nice things, and it's a gosh darn lie. They were trying to take the power out of the state's hands and put it into the federal government as far as elections counting and the way that elections implementations go. And that's supposed to be in the hands of the states. It says it right in the fucking Constitution, you guys. Excuse my language. But yeah, so that's a thing. It's a real scary, terrifying thing that they tried to pass in Congress. And this was the Democrats pushing for this bill. I don't understand why. I don't know why, but that's nothing positive, you guys. So, I don't know about this proposal. Number 2, I'm not sure on. Jury's out. I'll read it and I'll get back to you next week. Proposal 3, an amendment. Eliminating 10-day advance voter registration requirement. Pause. Okay? The gosh darn title, you guys. Before I break the table pounding and stuff because I'm so animated right now. I mean, Jiminy Jillikers, you guys. I have a smile on my face and I am doing my best to be upbeat, but let me tell you, inside, there is a rage that is boiling like a billion blue giants, okay? The star Beetlejuice has nothing in comparison to the heat that is garnered inside of me by what the hell this just says. Just in the gosh darn title, I'm going to read it back to you again so you can hear it a second time so you can hear the nonsense. Eliminating 10-day advance voter registration requirement. The proposed amendment would delete the current requirement in Article 2, Section 5, that a citizen would be registered to vote at least 10 days before an election and would allow the legislature to enact laws permitting a citizen to register to vote at less than 10 days and shall be proposed. So the proposed amendment be passed. Let me tell you about this amendment right here. And we're going to go a little bit into overtime here for the show today. We did start a couple minutes behind. This right here would make it so that same day voter registration is a thing. That's a no-no. So proposal 3, no. So proposal 1, no. Proposal 2, I'm not even sure about that. I gotta look it up. So proposal 4, but can you believe that? This is the ballot this year. This is the back, people. You got to tell everybody that you know that votes on the back, say no to proposal 1, because we don't want them to gerrymander our state, and then say no to proposal 3 because same day voter registration is dangerous. We don't even have ID verification. We barely have signature verification, you guys. That means anybody and everybody can be coming from God knows where or where knows who to register to vote the same day, and they might not even live in the same freaking county. People will argue. They'll say, well, maybe they do. Or maybe we should take into account the fact that this opens up a strong possibility that our elections can be marred by people who should not be actually voting. It's that simple. Vote no on proposal 3 on the back of the ballot this year in New York State. Proposal 4, an amendment authorizing non-excuse absentee ballot voting. I don't even got to read the rest. That's right there. This right there just said the whole thing right there. Authorizing no excuse absentee voting. That means that they are going to send out ballots to everybody and their mother, okay, and their dead grandmother, okay? My condolences if you have a loved one that has passed. I wish you only fond memories. But still, okay? Because there are tons of dead people. I got, like, I don't know. this right here, that's all of the people in the city that vote in Rochester. And I could pull out like sections of it where they've got people that are deceased that are still on the voting rolls. And it's crazy. So for you to institute absentee balloting like that, that's insane. That leaves so much room for fraud. Even Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton have stood up and spoke against these things in the past. This is not something that's okay. Last one on the back is Proposal 5. Increasing the jurisdiction of New York City Civil Court. The proposed amendment would increase New York City Civil Court's jurisdiction to allow it to hear and decide claims of up to $50,000 instead of the current jurisdictional limit of $25,000. Shall the proposed amendment be approved? I don't know. I don't know. Where does it go now? I have no clue where it goes now. Maybe that goes to state Supreme Court. But anyway, so we're going to say, if you're living in New York State, we're going to say no, vote no on Proposal 1, vote no on Proposal 3, and vote no on Proposal 4. No gerrymandering, no same-day voter registration, no automatic absentee ballot sent out to your house, even if you're going to come vote in person. Because last year we had over 100, well, I think it was like almost 150,000 mail-in ballots in Monroe County sent back. Now we're a heavily Democratic area, especially in the city. We've got Democrats suing Democrats right now over the results of the elections because they're talking about malfeasance. But understand that they sent back over 100,000 mail-in ballots, improper or unidentifiable wrong information. So, and we don't even have verification of photo ID. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if we had voter ID verification and people were sending in that much and we sent back 100,000 without any voter ID requirements? Do you understand how serious that is? What if we did have voter ID requirements? Would it be 200,000? Would it be 250? Like, wow. Like New York State, like, wow. Like, and for everybody who's watching that's not part of New York State, you guys encourage my fellow New Yorkers to stand up for our state because nobody's going to stand up for it. Jiminy crackers. It's sad, you guys. So we're going to vote no on Proposal 1 for gerrymandering. We're going to vote 3. We're going to vote no on Proposal 3 for same-day voter registration. And we're going to vote no on Proposal 4 for the no excuse absentee voting. So this is on the back of the ballot. This is just a sample ballot. This is the front. Remember to flip it over and vote no on 1, 3, and 4. All right, you guys, we're almost about out of time for tonight. I love you all. I thank you guys for tuning into this special episode. You guys are awesome. So this is our new time slot. Until later, 6 p.m. Tuesday. You guys are awesome. And if you love my show or you support any of the causes that I talk about, definitely, if you have a business, call me, reach out to me, message us at the We the People Podcast Network so we can shout out your company so that everybody that listens to us will know about you. All right, you guys. Marcus C. Williams here. And this has been Marcus, Made in America. You guys be blessed and be well.